Here's the question. What happens when you put out content non-stop basically every day for an entire year? Virtually nothing. Yeah, y'all answered that question for me. As I discussed last episode, I decided at the end of 2017 to effectively turn into a machine for the entirety of 2018 to make sure my next album would not only have an audience, but a well-acquainted one. I contribute to this content era, but I do it on my own absurdly comprehensive terms, figuring that by the time I was finished, there'd be no way the world hadn't taken notice and no way the world wouldn't know who I am as a person. Even though it was all content focused on myself and not content providing a service for people like, say, a gaming channel or the channel of a food reviewer, there's no way they'd be able to ignore a year's worth of it, especially when it's in their faces every day. And certainly once they got into me, they'd be hooked. Right? I guess not. We waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, and waited all year for something to catch on, hoping it would be a song, but expecting it to be a video of me dancing, or a story I shared on this show, or one of the paparazzi videos, or at the very least some snippet of a song. Something would have to work. The sheer volume of content was undeniable. Nope. Outside of a few dearly appreciated and invested fans, it was denied, all right. And here I am just a few days from the end. What did I learn? I learned that, as I always suspected, if you build it, they will come is nonsense. I built a trillion square foot structure full of free content and music, advertised it daily, and pretty much left it open 24/7 just to make sure it was nonsense. I learned that despite what we were told and had shoved in our faces through example, content and constant exposure may not be mandatory to thrive in this era after all. At least not for Mules and Mel, the ones who did it bigger and arguably better than all of them. Go figure. And do you know how that feels? I'll tell you exactly how it feels to take content creation to the extreme, assuming you'd guarantee acknowledgement that way, and drop it daily for a year just to watch an abject incredulity as people ignore it every day for a year.
Oh, come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
That's what it feels like. I am 99% finished and I'm pretty much in the same position I was when I started. Somehow. After all of this. So I'll end on this note. I don't regret it. It's been oppressive, but I'd be lying if I said it hasn't been fun at times. I appreciate all who did support it. I hope you got something out of it. I'm glad I did it all. I'm glad it's out here. But never again. This workload, this pace, this content, never again. And I hope you learn from us. Mules and Mel did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. See you on Thursday for the final episode of This is Melvin.